Today we are going where no Homebrew for Life video has ever gone before. Today we're testing the unimaginable. Not only are we going sober, but we're going to try to lose 20 pounds in 1 month. We're cutting out the booze. We're cutting out eating 3 delicious meals a day. We're going to see what happens. How much money will I save? Will I ever look good naked again? And if I lose my belly fat, maybe my penis will look bigger. Will I have to find a new group of friends? Will I still be able to go out and have a good time? But more importantly, can I even do this? Do I have enough willpower and self-control to do this for 1 month? And we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Sure, if you have money, you can have a surgery to lose weight. And you know what? If you have money, you can even get less ugly. But I don't have money, so I actually have to break a sweat. And as far as getting less ugly for me, best I can do is grow a beard to hide half my face. So here's the deal. No booze for 30 days, no eating food until 5 p.m., and at least 20 minutes on the Stairmaster at least 4 times a week. So stick around to see what happens both mentally and physically if you try to give up booze for a month. So here's me, CH, 38 years old, and this is me 10 years ago when metabolism was still trending in my body. 28 years old and weighing in at 175 pounds. This was before my beard hit puberty. Just a young barrage trying to test the waters of online dating on a Friday night, all while enjoying a couple social sparklers. Never had any luck on any of these websites though, and I never figured out why. This is 2013, and another thing happened in 2013. I started drinking craft beer. Not only was I drinking it, but I fell in love with it. This new trend in alcohol was delicious. It was cool and it was definitely right up my alley. And I never paid attention to nutritional facts about the beer. I never even thought about it. I'm 6 foot and I've been 175 pounds from the high school days, and I never even thought about my weight. Maybe I never thought about it because alcohol gets a pass when it comes to labeling nutritional facts. There's literally nutritional facts on everything we consume. Even bottled water has nutritional facts. But how come beer gets a pass? See, since Prohibition, alcohol beverages are not regulated by the FDA, but a different federal agency called TTB, which doesn't require nutritional labeling. You only hear about calories in beer when brands are trying to showcase being low in calories, like Michelob Ultra. But I don't drink Michelob Ultra. I drink hazy and West Coast IPAs. And beers like Stone IPA are 170 calories. And one of my favorite beers, Hazy Little Thing from Sierra Nevada, well, that's 214 calories per 12-ounce serving. So drinking a 6-pack of these is nearly 1,300 calories. That's more than eating 2 Big Macs from McDonald's. How you doing? Can I get 2 Big Macs for $6, please? And a lot of the beers that I drink are even more calories than Hazy Little Thing. And on top of that, this is a homebrewing channel making beer styles like stouts and IPAs around 7%. And I have no clue how many calories go into the homebrew. And as far as the food went, I was a human garbage disposal. I'd eat anything, whether it was deep fried or healthy, salt, fat, didn't matter. If it tasted good, it was going down the hatch. Nor did I even feel guilty about it. As a matter of fact, I took pride in it. I knew it was a great privilege to be born in our era. A privilege where you can drink craft beer, eat a fish taco for breakfast, crush Mexican food for lunch, and have some meat for dinner. You know, a couple hundred years ago, kings couldn't even do that. And I'm sure some modern day kings still can't. I'm 38 years old and there's no chance I'd be eating this good if I was born 500 years ago. I know I'd be one of the first barrages to get my head lopped off in one of those scraps. And that was only 500 years ago. That's nothing in the grand scheme of mankind. Imagine if you were born 5,000 years ago. Even if you made it to 40 years old, there's a 99% chance you're going to be poor as hell or be a slave. So I never took for granted being born in this era. But reality checked in a couple years ago and metabolism checked out. I got to 200 pounds. And it snuck up on me since I was one of those people who only weighed myself a couple times a year. Then I got to 220 pounds a year after that. And that is when the man titties came in full effect. This is me going through my leopard seal phase. If you're fat, don't shave your beard or you'll look like a leopard seal too. And then the biggest I ever got was 228 pounds. But then something happened. I came out to North Carolina to collab with another YouTube channel and it tripped me out. And as a Californian who's never been to the South, I definitely had my prejudices. I thought the South was this funky low-class place where everybody married their sisters and every day was just like the opening scene from Deliverance, but I couldn't have been more wrong. It was beautiful, and I heard my buddies complaining about how gas was $3 a gallon and houses were were skyrocketing to 400,000 K. Back in San Diego, gas was almost $7 a gallon, and houses were 3 times the price. So I've been out here in Knoxville for 11 months now, and I love it. I can actually afford to live here. I'm just doing the YouTube thing, working some nights, chilling with some stray cats, and hitting the Stairmaster maybe once or twice a week. And over the time span since I've been here, I've lost maybe 25 pounds organically, just not living in San Diego anymore. And then one day I turned on the TV, and here's a life hack. If you can't afford a big screen TV, easy fix. Just wheel it over so it's right in front of your face. And it started out just like any other day. Watching some of the classics, maybe track down some inspiration or some potential B-roll that I could steal from. And I was flipping around and I came across this Christian Bale video on his weight loss and his weight gain for his movie roles. And this guy goes through hell to get his body in shape for almost every single role he takes on. From being paper thin to getting jacked to gaining an insane amount of weight and then losing it all again. So I decided to weigh myself just to see what was going on with my body. And as long as I was under 200 pounds or maybe a few pounds over, it was cool. And you know what? 195 pounds. Good to go. But then I Googled my weight by height on the CDC website and it was not good news. At 225, I was clinically obese, but even at 195 pounds, I'm still considered overweight. And I have no muscle, so this BMI calculator is accurate for me, I think. So it's time to lose weight. Can I get back to 175 pounds? First things first, I know it has to be done. I know it's gonna make this motivation real. Shave my beard so the double chin is in full effect. I've shaved it before, and believe me, I got some good comments on here. Hey, is that CH or Marcy from Married with Children? Hey CH, you look like Hilary Swank from Boys Don't Cry. I've always been insecure about this double chin. Alright, it's go time. And I'm not gonna lie, the first week is tough. Staying sober is a breeze, working out is mellow, but fasting is difficult. Not eating food until 5 p.m. is no joke. But when the clock strikes 5 p.m., I'm eating whatever I want. So in theory, this is really 3 diets. Cutting out booze, fasting, and upping the cardio to almost every day. Man, I better lose this weight. I know high school wrestlers had to cut weight fast, and I know the UFC guys go for blood and then perform the next day. So I got this right. Time will tell. The worst part though is trying to fall asleep. Even Cartman waiting for the Nintendo Wii to come out didn't have as bad of insomnia as me. Shout out to the inventor of melatonin. And I think the secret to melatonin is just to take 50 to 100 times the recommended dosage. Babies didn't sleep this good. But by week 2, I found my groove and everything was getting easier. Work out, feed cats, eat food. Work out, feed cats, eat food. And if I was hungry before 5 p.m., I would just chug a bunch of cold brew to the point of having a panic attack. Hey, you're not hungry when you're wigging out. I was making my bed every day. I was doing oil changes and doing the little things like getting my tires rotated on the taco. I even tried to pick up this thing called yoga. And the thing about yoga, you might want to punch your clown before you start your session. Okay, maybe we'll hold off on starting a yoga channel right now. Coming into week 3, everything was going great until I hit this wall. I couldn't break 185 pounds. I was having a tough time. So I had to go where I didn't want to, but I heard this works. The Himalayan Salt Cleanse. And I'm not gonna shoot any B-roll for this. I think you know how this plays out. And I did this 3 times in the last 10 days, and by the 3rd time, I was gagging in my sink. This stuff is disgusting, but I stuck the course. Here we go, day 30. All right, day 30. Time for a barrage to face the music. Doing 2 cameras, so haters can't say it's photoshopped. All right. Hands here. Let's rock and roll. Come on, 175. Boxers and iPhone weigh 5 pounds. It's 175. Full disclaimer, I did take a cheat day. I cheated on day 28 for my buddy Gnome's B-Day on the stream, and I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have brought me down to 175. Not the best results, but I'll still take it. Probably saved about $500 from going out. At no point at all was I ever craving a drink. My relationship with alcohol has completely changed since I left San Diego. In San Diego, I was Bert Kreischer, but out here, I'm Little Red Riding Hood. If anything, I need to be brewing and drinking more. Giving up beer for a month in San Diego, now that's a real test. As far as going to the gym 4 times a week, not a problem at all. It's just a 20-minute workout. It's not 2-a-days football camp. But the fasting was the hardest by far. But I'm not really a breakfast guy, so I think I have a slight advantage when it comes to fasting. Here's the thing. I love beer and I love food, but I want to be in a position where I can party for my entire life. And hopefully I'm never in a situation where I have to give up beer or eating what I want. So I'm coming into my 40s, so I might just want to pay a little bit better attention what goes into my body. And if you made it this far, you're a true barrage. Cheers to eating good. Cheers to drinking good. Cheers to moderation. Christian fucking Bale.